So in this video, I'm going to talk a bit about the lifestyle of a songwriter, what it's like to actually be a professional songwriter. And obviously, it's an amazing job to have because you're in essence doing the thing you love. You're working with music and you're also working with some amazing people. I would have to say one of the best things about being a songwriter is that I've met people who will just be friends for life, because songwriters have to be empathetic and they have to understand something about the human condition so they can be, fun to hang out with. Also, there's a lot of travel involved, which can be a plus or a minus depending on your personal circumstances. But, within the past few months, I've been to Nashville, I've been to Norway, I'm about to head to Spain in a couple of days, then I'll be in London. I get to see quite a lot of the world and experience new cultures. Although sometimes I'm going to really exciting places and only seeing the inside of a recording studio, which I have to say is a bit of a shame. So those are the definite pluses of it. The downsides would be it's a form of self-employment. Even if you have a publishing deal, you are in essence self-employed. And like any form of self-employment, income can wax and wane. It can be unstable. It can be very good, but it's unstable. So you really do need to work a portfolio and do other things to keep yourself going financially. I teach, I sell digital content. I have books on Kindle, I have online courses, obviously. I sell stock music via Pond 5, all that kind of thing. You really do have to have your backups for times of year where your royalties might go down a bit. Um, the other downside would be the traveling. It's very, very exhausting. And if you have caring responsibilities, if you've got young children, older parents to look after, you really need to ask yourself whether or not it's realistic. Um, because you, well, it depends really where you happen to be based. If you live in London or in Nashville, you might actually be able to build a career without traveling that much. I come from Northern Ireland, so there just wouldn't be a big pool of people here for me to write with or artists for me to write for. So I do need to do a certain amount of traveling. If you're a singer songwriter and you're an artist as well, you are going to have to tour. So it's whether or not that's going to fit in with your lifestyle. Like any other industry, it has its problems. Like I was saying, I've met some lovely people, but there are definitely scammers out there, people who will basically just take advantage of people's desire to work in music. So your best protection against scammers is actually to be as informed about the industry as you possibly can be. I know back in my early days, I got charged a huge amount of money by these people who said, "Oh, your songs are good, but they don't have enough energy. Let us record them and produce them for you, and then we'll manage you." It was so obviously a scam. Like, I can't believe I fell for it. They charged me about £1,000 and recorded me two tracks that were just really poorly produced. I was totally ripped off, and they were quite aggressive to me. And this kind of thing does happen. Also, in the UK, only 14% of songwriters, professional songwriters anyway, are women. I'm actually part of the Musicians Union She Grows project, trying to look at why that is. What are the barriers to women entering the profession and how can we overcome them? I also have rheumatoid arthritis, so I find the lifestyle of being a songwriter, for people with certain health conditions, it can be very, very exhausting. Like, I have to work out how I'm going to manage all the travel and even just the carrying of heavy kit. And also, I put in very, very long hours. Professional writers really write a song a week, and those have to be recorded to broadcast standard, hopefully, as well. So, you can put in a more than 50-hour week doing that. It's very labor intensive. I'm not going to pretend it's not glamorous. It's a really exciting field of work, but there are long hours involved in the work and also in the learning. You have to be constantly learning. You have to keep on top of industry trends. You have to keep your skills in your instruments and in music production going. And of course, the craft of songwriting itself, you need to be constantly studying that, which is actually something that I really love about songwriting, the constant learning. Um, but travel, long hours. Those are the two things I really want to get across. So if you really want to be a professional songwriter, just think about how that might fit into your personal circumstances.